Hey there, folks. Well, it's been a few weeks since I have made any kind of videos, and I think that I'm just going to post things from time to time, share them for, some span of time, and then maybe just pull them down and put new stuff up. I don't know, it just seems like something I want to try. I don't need to necessarily have everything out there forever and ever. So, just a way to communicate. And boy, have I had a fantastic week. I mean, it has just been smashing good. One of those things includes the fact that I am one of the latest victims of Ford Motor Company because I drive a Ford Edge. And if you're unaware, as I was a couple years ago when I bought this vehicle from a Ford dealership here in Missouri, is that the Ford Edge, at the very least, between the years, say, maybe 2014 and 2018 or 19, mine's a 2018. They are renowned, apparently, for getting a cracked engine block at around 65,000 miles. And, of course, that happened to me. So I've got more miles than that because I do a lot of driving for my business. But nevertheless, I'm thinking that this circumstance started a little while back and I just wasn't aware of it. And then, but what happens is because they made, I think I'm explaining this correctly. I think they made the walls, the metal walls around the pistons or something to that effect, they made them too thin. And they've been doing this, as I researched yesterday, since 2010. So correction on what I said a few minutes ago. I just discovered yesterday that they've been aware of this problem for the last 13 years. This is an American, automobile manufacturer screwing us all over with premeditation. And so that's what happened. At some point along the line, I got a crack in my long block, in the engine block. And what it's doing from time to time is it is dripping coolant onto the pistons. And that's causing them to misfire and hesitate. So what is the fix? You need a new engine. That's it. There's nothing else. So I pulled this thing in a couple weeks ago into a Ford dealership here in the Kansas City area. They looked at the problem. They wrote up the service sheet and included on my service sheet a code called a TSB, which is a technical service bulletin that Ford issued, I think 2 or 3 years ago. I think it was June of either 2019 or 2020. They issued a technical service bulletin, 22-2229, in case you happen to know somebody with a Ford Edge. And it states unequivocally, new engine is the only fix. Did they offer to do that? No, they sent me happily on my merry way without even an offer to replace the engine. They didn't even bring up the possibility of fixing it. I've talked with Ford Motor Company. I've talked to the representatives there who at first told me, that TSB doesn't apply to your VIN, your VIN, your vehicle identification number. I'm like, what? I'm looking at my service sheet from a Ford dealership. I'm looking at my VIN. I'm looking at the TSB. It's all on one piece of paper, the same sheet. Yeah, that it shouldn't be, though. It shouldn't be on there. They shouldn't have used that code. Okay, can I talk to a supervisor, please? Supervisor gets on and almost immediately says, it applies. That TSP does apply to your vehicle and your VIN. Yeah, thanks. I know. But nice try on the front end. And, I mean, what else could it be at this point, guys? I mean, for God's sake, they've known about this problem for 13 years. So I had a conversation yesterday with a law firm that is involved in an ongoing lawsuit that may go class action. And but it's going to be a couple years, before anything happens. Big shock. A lawyer's involved? Yeah, count on 2 to 3 years. And I'm not saying anything negative about those guys. This needs to happen, obviously, but the system, just the way things work, is what really is problematic. So here I is, right? And as of, I don't know, a month or two ago, as far as I knew, I was pretty well above the debt I have on this car. So I have a car payment, and the value of the vehicle was sitting neatly above, at some point, somewhere above what I owe on the car. Not anymore. Now I'm upside down. And my only fix at the moment is a new engine. Now, can I trade this car? Can I maybe work with the dealership to quote unquote take it back? Yeah, but it's going to leave me in, a world of hurt, so to speak, because obviously I've got a loan on the vehicle, so trading that back in is not going to get that completely covered. It'll cover it somewhat, but it's not going to cover it all. So, what is the deal? The deal is I got to find an engine and work out a good labor situation with a mechanic. I could take it into the Ford dealership and have them do it for twice the cost, but it just doesn't seem worth it to me. But here we have an American car manufacturer. Not only are they aware of this problem, they have issued a technical service bulletin as of a few years ago, but they've known about the problem since 2010. I found that in some Ford Motor Company research I did yesterday about a number of existing lawsuits that are out there, and that's where we are. So I guess partly the lesson is don't buy a Ford ever for any reason. Is it possible that other car companies, car manufacturers could or would do the same thing? I suppose. I don't know. But have you ever heard of a car, 4-year-old car? 4-year-old car. Some of these vehicles at 60, 65,000 miles. It's nothing. And they're already dealing with a cracked engine block, and they have no alternative but to buy a new engine themselves because Ford won't cover it. You're talking about people with warranties, and they won't cover it in some cases, from what I've been told. Now, for me, I did have an extended warranty on my vehicle. However, because my name is Steve Sanborn, I already went past the mileage, right? Because I drive a lot. I go far distances to see clients and to sell my products. And so I went beyond the mileage on the warranty, so hosed there as well. As I tell my kids, being able to drive a vehicle is not a privilege. It's a major pain in the ass. It's probably one of the most expensive things you'll do in your lifetime. So, if you have any thoughts, if you have any experience, comments to share, by all means, let me know. And hey, have a great day. I know I will. Bye.